Hello, everybody out there in the land of the internet and internet land. What is bonking internet? Welcome back to another episode of the Tavern Talk. I am your host. I am the lovely DJ, and then I'm joined by my esteemed co-host, Mikey.
Let me talk to you, internet. How's it going?
Let this man cook. He's been throwing lemons at me since we got here. They're all around my feet right now.
Think.
But, well, real quick rundown. Say that 3 times fast. Welcome to the Tavern Talk. For those that still don't know, a quick rundown what the Tavern Talk is. It's a shorter, more intimate version of a podcast. Tends to be like 45, maybe to 50 minutes long, in case we run a little bit long depending on what we're talking about. And it's only 2 people instead of the entire squad. So, without any further ado, let's get to rolling straight into it. The topic today, summer is ending, and we just kind of want to sit down and talk about some of our summer stories and festivities that we've gotten up to or getting into, because we started talking about this on the podcast, which, if you haven't seen that, I highly recommend going and looking at it. It's kind of cool. But also, it quickly derailed and turned into a music talk. I'm so sorry, but that's what happens when you have 5 degenerate metalheads that can talk about metal all damn day long. So, rolling into this, Mikey was talking a little bit earlier on the podcast, which you should again go check out, that he was coming back from a couple of car shows. One he worked at, one that he actually got to be an attending guest, and I really want to know more about this one where you were a guest, like you actually got to go to the meetup.
So this one's really cool. This is one that I have kind of mentioned on the channel before. I didn't talk about it much back then, but now's as good a time as any, so let's start. Up in Northern California, there's an event called Midnight Mass. You might have to travel a bit as they've moved it to the middle of nowhere. Mm-hmm. That being said, 1,000 cars deep, all 75 or older, hot rods, rat rods, a couple of resto mods. Oh man, there's even a few land speed cars out there. I don't know who the hell had those or where they found them, but they were there. Geez, these things were engineering marvels back in their day. And a bunch of sketchy looking, tatted up, old school mechanics and bikers just set up this massive event and show off all these fine pieces of art. It is, well, that and a couple other things, but we can get more into those. But yeah, it's a massive car, rockabilly, and tattoo extravaganza, essentially. Like, and pinup scene is wild. Those pinups go hard.
I love the pinup scene. Then again, I was also in the military, so it's almost mandatory that somewhere on your body you have to have some form of pinup girl tattoo.
It's part of the rules. It comes with the Camaro.
That's how happy he got excited when he said Camaro that he just had a jump for joy. Did you see that?
I don't care. That was karma for talking about the sign-on bonus car.
But also then, like, car show. When I think car show, my mindset immediately goes to, and this is just more a me thing, but my eyes immediately go to old hot rods, old supercars. We've mentioned before how the likes of Bill Goldberg, Jay Leno, some of these guys that are like the possessors of some of the most pristine yet old history-ridden cars I've ever personally seen. And I think that that's awesome. That's what I would look forward to when it comes to a car show. And I just want a little bit of like, what type of cars or what draws you to come to some of these meets? Like, what's your big draw for it? I know it's cars, but more specifically.
It's kind of a two-parter. So obviously meeting the people who are also crazy passionate and into this are really that's a huge part of it for me, because you get to meet some lifelong friends, you get to meet rivals, you could even make some enemies. Been there. It's hilarious. We're still working it out. But it's because we all love these pieces of history, these mechanical marvels. So many people are used to being able to go get in their plastic Honda Civic, turn the key, and go anywhere. And in 1937, that wasn't the case. You would have to go get a big pipe, stick it in the engine, crank it over by hand, and hope it doesn't misfire and break your nose. Been there. The nose wasn't that bad. They were called Widowmakers for a reason.
Wait, so
So
that was actually real? Like actually having to crank the thing on?
yeah, no. So I don't know if I've ever told you this. I had a job where I had to restore those,
No.
and one of them misfired, and it swung up, broke my nose, cut me from one eye all the way across to the other. My nose was split open, had to be put back together. Lots of fun. That was that's how far engineering's come in a less than 100 years. That was in 1937, where you had to go get this huge rickety piece of cast iron, jam it in there, and just whoa, my arm disappeared, and just rotate it and hope that the engine starts and doesn't take you along for the ride while the pipe's still stuck in there.
Holy shit. Because I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
because I'm not gonna lie. I know exactly what you're talking about. But my thing is, because I'm stupid. My mindset was, oh, that's just something from the movie The Fox and the Hound. That's not how they actually turned cars on back in the day. That can't be real. I know.
Yeah, it is. It is. And that's a golden era of technology that people still somehow manage to preserve. They know how it works. They're able to explain how it works. They're able to keep these pieces of our engineering history as humans. And I'm not going to get into the whole Chevy did this and BMW did this and Ford did this. Everyone's contributed to some part of the technology. It's being able to take these contributions, preserve them, and educate further years and generations so they know where we came from. They know what we worked with. They're not just going to jump in their Tesla in the year 2023, hit start, and be able to 0-60 harder than any combustion engine that's ever existed of approximately the same size.
Mhm.
They won't take that for granted. And mechanical information and the feel of how to work like that is a skill that is we're fighting to keep it here, but a lot of kids these days don't have it. So when you meet people who want to preserve it, who can teach you these things, it's a really cool part of the scene, and that I've just been hooked, man. Like I've seen engineering pieces, I've seen beautiful art pieces, I've seen cars that by definition are better than anything you could buy on the market right now because someone took the time to perfectly engineer it out of their garage. And stuff like that keeps me coming back every year. And this event has a very strict list. 75 or older. That's how old the car has to be. Otherwise, you can't get in.
Damn.
If it is a Jeep, it better be a World War II era or older Jeep. And it has to look cool. We don't want rock crawlers. We want pieces of history. No donks. If you have a classic, keep it classic. Don't put it on giant wheels. Don't make it a race car. Let it be classic.
So I was about to say, what's a donk?
Oh, you've never seen those? I'm sure people are going to scream at me, but instead of putting your muscle car or your lowrider on a regular stance and calling it good, they lift them and put 24-inch or bigger wheels on them. You know exactly what I'm talking about now.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah, those are frowned upon. They're very frowned upon in that community. And if that's your thing, that's cool. But this show is so unique because you get to see these legendary pieces. You get to have fun. You get to go enjoy rockabilly music. You get to see all these wild pinups and these insane tattoos. They have needles going from 10 a.m. to midnight nonstop. It's this wild like time capsule of like the best parts of the automotive era, and it's so much fun.
That sounds fucking incredible, but I can't even imagine how some of those tattoo artists' hands feel afterwards of like over 12 hours of
Right?
vibration. God damn.
Just walking home like this.
Babe, you might have to drive. Why? I'm still shaking.
Look at my hands, Morty. Look at my hands.
Like, I have tattoos, and especially like all of my tattoos outside of technically one, theoretically one, technically 8. It's my fingers. All my tattoos are big, like medium-sized pieces. Like I think the longest I sat in a chair for was, and we're already starting, son of a bitch. So I'll explain while I'm down here. When I was getting my wrist done, I was in the chair for 5 hours, and we had to stop frequently because my tattoo artist's hands were starting to hurt, and so we had to stop for her sake.
Yep.
Understandable. But then I have, say, my back done,
Mhm.
and I managed to sit through a 3-hour session straight because my tattoo artist was a fucking champion. Only downside to that one was he was supposed to tell me when he was gonna be going over my spine. You know, the thing that hurts a lot and allows you to walk.
Yeah.
He was supposed to tell me
Yeah,
when he was tattooing over it. He didn't. He neglected to tell me that he was hitting my spinal cord, and it was actually funny. I was talking with my buddy Frosty, and we were talking about WWE, and
Mhm.
I forgot like what we were talking about specifically, but I was like, yeah, that's why I can't wait for SummerSlam. Oh, by the way, hey boss, I'm going over your spine. Yeah, duly noted, jackass,
You don't say.
dipshit. Some of that pain for me, like call me a pussy in the comment section if you want to. I'll take it. But that was like the worst pain I've had when it came to getting a tattoo was getting my spine done. I know people that just have lettering straight down the spine, and I look at them like, how? Why? Why would you do that to yourself voluntarily?
My one of my family members, I'm not gonna try not to out him as much as I can, has an entire mural, shoulder blades to waist, of the Virgin de Guadalupe, and it's
Ooh,
there's not a centimeter that isn't covered. I don't know how he did that, man. That was a mission and a
it had to have been, and it must
half.
have fucking tickled.
Dude, that's got there's some tough people in this world, and I think if you're gonna get spine work done, you got to be on that list.
Like, and we'll go back to the car show in a second, but I just want to like derail since we're talking about tattoos. By the way, real quick, let me find the correct fucking camera. Benny, Jose, if you guys when you guys whenever you guys want to come on here and talk to me about tattoos and stuff, I'd really like to. And yeah, so whenever you're free, please be free. I want to do it. I want to do this, please. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, I still remember watching the shows like Ink Masters, How Far is Tattoo Far, Bad Tattoos, Miami Ink, and but mainly when it came to Ink Masters, one of the things that I always found so interesting, I can admit, I had such a very close-minded mentality when it came to tattoos. I thought there was just ink. I didn't know there was
No.
different types of like black and grays, your colors, your new schools, your color pops, American traditional, which is what my knuckles are. But I
Hmm.
still specifically remember like one of the challenges on Ink Masters that made me cringe was one
Hmm.
guy was getting a tattoo by two artists at the same time.
Yep.
As a man who you don't have tattoos, correct?
None yet. Family keeps bugging me about it.
Well, now I want to know what would be your first one, but what would you think it feels like to already not have one person drilling on you, but two at the same time, going to town on whatever you're getting?
I mean, I feel like if it's in a good spot, you can potentially manage. But let's just say you're over some nice soft tummy. That sounds terrible. That sounds genuinely awful. Doesn't it?
Well, because it's soft tissue, and so yeah, that hurts a lot. So that hurts a lot. But then again, something as simple as I still remember one of my friends. She's a tattoo virgin, and her first tattoo was an entire. Hold on, let me swap my fucking camera around. I'm a professional. Hi, an entire rib cage piece up and down her shit, and I'm like, you are
Woo.
insane. For your first tattoo, my first tattoo was on my bicep. It's big, but
Yeah.
but her first one was on her rib cage, and I thought she was nuts for that. So then, what is going to be whenever you're ready? What is going to be your first tattoo, and what are you getting?
I kind of want to get the Brotherhood of Steel Outcast logo from the Fallout series.
Ooh,
It
okay.
is it is very pop culture military, so it's a ring with a bunch of gears and a sword drop through it, and the whole color scheme is black and red. And I think it's a cool design. I've been a diehard Fallout fan for a long time.
That
Uh,
sounds dope.
I just thought it'd be a fun design. I've been playing with the idea though. I wouldn't mind getting something more anime inspired now that I've had some time to sit on it.
That's one thing I always tell people is don't be afraid to sit on a tattoo idea for a while. Like I'll sit on a tattoo
Hmm.
idea for a year, maybe 2 years if I want to, just to really ensure that I'm not going to look in the mirror and regret this. Like hypothetically speaking, I'm not gonna say this is ever going to happen. So this is just hypothetical in case he ever watches this. Although I doubt it, he's getting hammered right now. Tom, if he hypothetically were to stop liking Mass Effect,
Hmm.
that N7 logo of his, he's gonna start hating it in the near future. So always just make sure that whatever you're gonna get, you make damn sure that you want to get it, and you're not gonna hate it later. I know they say tattoo removal is a thing, but it's painful, it's long, it's expensive, and the tattoo never fully goes away. The color just disappears, but the outline will still be there.
So one of my buddies, he's very finicky with the way he's
Yes.
does things. He's super peculiar about every little thing, and he just got a Prince's emblem as a piece on his arm. I know he's gonna be I know he's like gonna be happy with it forever. Even if he wasn't, his artist did so fucking good. The detailing, just the framing, it looks immaculate. Like it is incredibly well done. I think there's a certain level of where you'll still be happy with it, even if it is your thing anymore.
Yeah.
But that's not going to be the case for everybody, for sure.
Oh, that's my very first tattoo. Like I'll be honest, my very first tattoo. Not like if you guys would ever find out who I am just by my tattoos. Good on you. You negated looking at some of our thumbnails from our earlier videos. But my very first tattoo, it's just a pair of brass knuckles that are on fire.
I My good buddy Nick, his very first tattoo is a pair of brass knuckles, but with his name uh over the knuckle points.
And it's just it didn't mean shit other than I'm not in mom's house anymore. She can't tell me what to do, and this is how I'm gonna celebrate. I'm getting a fucking tattoo.
I feel like brass knuckles, skulls, and tribal are the I just turned 18 tattoos.
Yep, and I have two of them. I don't have tribal. I have skulls. But then again,
Oh, okay, that's fair.
but the skulls are modeled after the logo for the band Bad Religion, where
Okay, that's kind of dope though.
they have the Liberty Spike Mohawks. But no,
I
so
like
before
that.
we can continue on an ink route, once again, Ben and Jose. Hi, come back. Anyway, um, so summertime, summer stories. This car meetup. What happened at this meet? Were you just like walking around? And if you were just walking around, what
So
did you see?
I caught a lot of the live shows because I do like rockabilly music.
Yes.
I have a couple of the CDs from the bands that were playing there. They're really cool people. Tom even talent scouted some of them to play some of the local venues since he does do that on the side.
Oh.
So that was actually kind of cool getting to talk and meet with everybody. But going to meet the people, going to see the cars. I did film, and our lovely editor put the video together for me, and I believe it came out fantastic. So check that out. It's on the channel somewhere over there. I'm kidding. There's no input, but that was fun. um, I did go watch the live tattoo demonstrations because there's a whole vendors hall with all kinds of stuff. But one wall of it from end to end of this massive hall is just tattoos being done live, demonstrations, collaboration pieces with two people going at it because these artists aren't local. Everybody has to travel since we're in the middle of fucking nowhere. So you were seeing people get insane. And one of the examples I'll just give because there was a ton of immaculate work. It was a full like scenery shot of an Aztec temple and one person walking up in a prayer stance to the top of the temple. It was so sick.
Oh,
And these two artists tag teamed it. It was a full like back piece for somebody.
that's fucking dope.
There's a lot of Latinos in California, so you might see some shit like that.
Wait, there's Latinos in California? No shot. No way. What?
Hey, our Canadian friend didn't know. He was shocked.
See, I just don't know how people have that creative mind behind coming up with like these big immaculate pieces for tattoos. Mine just usually tend to be hey, you know what? This could be cool. Stick it like right there.
It depends on the individual. One of my friends, I mentioned the Prince thing. He's very heavily inspired by music. So if there's something he wants to stick with him for his life, he'll get it. But then there's other people like oh my god, what's his name? I'm gonna feel bad. Homeboy's name.
Michael Jackson.
Fuck it, we'll come back to it. Actually, we'll change examples. We'll use an example we both know. Okay. Then there's people like Jose who get pieces that have meaning to them, very artistic things that he likes that fit his aesthetic in life. Mm-hmm. You can look, because he got that ink done years ago, and you can look at him and say that is 100% still him to this day. Like, it is a true extension of how he acts and how he thinks. Not even personality, but in the way he problem solves and the way his skills like really show themselves in his day to day. It's so funny. Hold up. I was trying not to lose it. A mosquito flew in my mouth.
Roughage. So real quick, shout out to Jose, shout out to all of, shout out to Benny and Jose of Same Progress. But and again, I don't want us to get too lost in the sauce because I can sit here and talk about tattoos and my appreciation for them all damn day, left and right. And but no, so summertime is coming to an end, and I want to just talk about like some of the things that we got up to this summer. I know, like we mentioned it on the podcast that you guys went to go see Motionless in White, and the show sounded sick. There's a short on the channel of the one mutilation under God. It goes fucking hard, and you guys are just amping me up to see Motionless in White next time they come around. But so then, what else did you get up to this fine summer? Like what?
I've done a handful of house parties. I did one more.
Like 3 days.
What?
Yeah, at one point you were like kidnapped for 3 days in Mando's house.
Yeah, those motherfuckers. Yeah, come over. I'll give you a ride. And then I'm just sitting there without a car, without a set of keys, on the wrong side of town, being fed Jameson, tri-tip, and cookies. So I didn't really want to leave, but I was just held hostage there for about 48 hours.
He's just like, let me out. Tri-tip? Okay. I'll hang out.
I mean, dude, the company was so good. Like, Mando's got some cool friends. They're genuinely nice, super chill people.
That's good.
We had a blast. I got to meet some new ones I'd never met before. We had a good fun joke about how fucking Linda wanted to do shots at 10 a.m. the morning after we had just finished the first night of partying. And we did. You okay, Deej? You look disappointed in me.
No, I had to cough, so I muted real quick. Sorry about that.
Oh, just do what I do. Hack up a lung because a bug flew in your mouth live on stream.
And that's exactly what happened, minus the bug. And now I have to reset myself for the second time. Welcome to NoSkill Entertainment, where if something didn't go wrong, did we even fucking film?
But yeah, we did that house party, and that was crazy. Pool shenanigans, Mario Karts, a little bit of debauchery, and then, Bella got thrown clean across the yard into the pool. She got Kobe'd into the pool.
I'm assuming Bella is a dog.
Nope. Grown-ass woman.
What?
Yeah, she's an adult.
You yeeted a full-grown woman into a swimming pool?
I did not. I was sitting there with my 805, feet kicked up, being a real Californian. And these guys all work together. So someone says something to Jesse. Jesse says something to Bella. She said something about him having man titties. I don't remember if that was the exact exchange, but something along those lines. Because he is a big boy. So he picks her up and arcs her like a basketball over the concrete by a good distance, halfway across the pool, and she just splashes down, and we're laughing. She was okay. This was all in fun and good faith. This is just dumb idiots horsing around because that's what we do. But the distance, the arc, the cleanness of the just follow through, she got sent so far.
She got Kobe'd in real life.
That fool did a legit fade away and just rocked back as she full spread eagle trying to slow her descent down. crashed into the pool at terminal velocity.
At least she landed fully in the water. I still feel bad to it to this day, even though it happened like 15 years ago. But I tried to throw my brother into the swimming pool, and 98% of him cleared into the water.
God.
His ankle, on the other hand, crash landed on the side of the pool. He was cool.
That checks out.
He was a trooper, and he didn't like cry or anything. It wasn't broken. He comes up from the water. He's just like, "Ow, fuck you." And my mom goes, "You know what? You can have that one."
Dirtle almost submerged and didn't come back up.
Oh no.
Dirtle got faded. Dirtle got destroyed. So he's in the pool. He's got a beer in this hand, and he's got a Jack and Coke in this hand, and he's treading water at the deep end, and he refuses to let go of either, and he's getting lower and lower and lower until his forehead and like one eye is just above the water, and then he goes under. He hits the bottom because he's tall as shit. He kicks out, throws his elbows over the edge. Why didn't anybody help me? Someone grab my beer. Let go of one of them, you stupid ass.
God damn it.
Oh.
See, and I still remember I would party like that back in the day, but now that I'm a fucking old man, I can't do that anymore, or at least not nearly as often as I would back in the day, my heyday, if you will, as people like to say. I can still remember.
That's not a bad thing, Deej.
Like, one of the things that... Oh, no. Shit.
Oh, no.
Hold on. I think my internet just spiked me, so I'm at a freeze frame. Audience, bear with me. I will be back. I'm going to pause this.
Whoa.
I'm sorry about that, audience. VrChat decided to give me the old middle finger fucky wucky treatment. Love that from her. Anyway, so, last thing we were talking about. So, I think first of all, Dirtle's great, but as I was saying, I don't get faded like that anymore. All because at one point, this is when I was 23, 24, if I remember correctly. One of the things that I was known for doing was, when we would close out the bar, we'd get there at 8, we'd stay there until 2, which is when the bars closed where I live, and then I would always throw an after party. I would have a bunch of people like come over to my house. We're sitting there playing like Cards Against Humanity, beer pong. There's random people taking body shots off of my kitchen fucking counter. I was living the life in my mind, I'm living like Kid Rock right now.
Mm.
And we would sit up just drinking until 6 a.m. Like, until 6 a.m. The sun is up. At one point, it was 6 a.m. We see that the sun is coming up. Me, some girl, and some other dude whom I don't know, but somehow somebody invited them to the fucking shindig. We're sitting on my front porch drinking beers while watching the sunrise.
Yep, been there.
And then the dude just looks at me and he goes, "Looking like today's a day to just sleep in." Sleep in. Yeah.
Motherfucker, it's tomorrow.
Do you know what day it is? It's tomorrow.
Exactly.
But it was a good time, and that's the one thing that I loved is, like, you found a way to have fun, even if it's just getting fucking belligerently hammered. But as long as nobody got hurt.
No, the only person who was in mortal danger was Bella, but she's fine.
And Dirtle, he could have drowned.
He needed to let go of one of the things he was bogarting, and he's so tall at the deep end of the pool. He can literally touch his toes off the bottom and bounce back up over the water.
Okay.
It was fun. We had a good time. Nobody got hurt. Nobody even really got like hungover. It was fun, but it was a good night. We ate plenty. We drank plenty of water.
Hell yeah.
It was definitely cool though. And some of those people know I do this, so I'm trying to be very careful with my wording. But as one of the older guys in the group, it is very fun to still be able to go out and do stuff like that on occasion.
Oh, of course.
I never partied like that hard when I was 21, 22, 23. I would do highlights every now and then. I don't know. It is feel good to be knocking on 30 and still able to go out, kick back some drink with my friends, hang out, shoot the shit with some really cool people, and then occasionally watch a pretty girl slap the shit out of somebody. I don't know why. That always makes the event funnier.
Oh, yeah,
It's
100%.
just homeboy starts talking shit, gets clapped, and everyone's like, oh,
get fucked.
pretty much. Even if it was me one time, but like it's funny. Everybody gets turned.
It's a rite of passage, really.
Yeah, right. That's how you know you've been doing it long enough and you're having fun. And there's no hard feelings afterward. You just had to be smacked and like dialed back into it, like tuning an old radio. Just doof doof. All right, it's back in order.
It's working again. But it is this time. It is an ad read time. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we're going to hear from our partner, Dubby. Take it away.
Hi guys, it's me, DJ. I just wanted to take this time to remind you guys once again about our partnership with Dubby. If you want to change the way you game, Dubby is the way. Now head on over to dubby.gg and use our code NSE for 10% off your total order. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Hey everybody out there on the internet, NoSkill Mike here to invite you personally to our NoSkill Discord server. In the description below, in the link tree, easy access to all the fun, music, and other entertaining things we share and interact with the community on every single day. So hopefully I'll see you there or somewhere out here in this big, wonderful world.
Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that pretty little ad read. Once again, thank you to our partner, Dubby, for hanging out with us. You are beautiful. You are wonderful. And I hope your luscious locks stay golden and smooth at all times. Yes, so we're talking about summer stories, summer events, things that we have done, things that we did, from back in the day to even recently. What are the stories that I wanted to talk about on the podcast, which, once again, for the umpteenth time, if you haven't seen that, go check that out, please. So it was at the start of summer, but I went to a concert. I'm just gonna tell a quick concert story, please pardon me. But I went to go see Falling Universe and Breaking Benjamin.
Okay.
And then opening for them was Some Lady, The Pretty Reckless, and Beartooth.
That sounds like a good show.
Nothing against The Pretty Reckless. I don't see the appeal. I don't. I get it, it's Taylor Momsen, and she's hot now because for those that for some reason don't know, she was Cindy Lou Who from How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Oh Lord, say it ain't so. We belong way down below.
Yes. But Beartooth was a pretty solid band. I'm not gonna say I'm a Beartooth fan. I love the song The In Between, not because of TikTok, but because the song is actually cool. Some of their pits are crazy too.
Oh yeah, Beartooth goes hard.
Oh yeah. And then it was Breaking Benjamin. I felt so bad for Breaking Benjamin.
Why?
They're one of the most iconic hard rock bands, and it was definitely a classic case of if it could go wrong, it did.
No,
Yeah,
not Breaking Benjamin.
Yes.
Let Ronnie Radke suffer.
Nope, it was Benjamin Burley.
Damn it.
But so on top of that, first off, getting inside the event was a fucking pain kill because it's this arena, and if you had floor seats, you had to go through one specific entrance, and we had to wrap around the entire arena to get to it. Then to boot, Breaking Benjamin ended up starting late because there was a bunch of technical difficulties. Then Mr. Burnley, is it Burley or Burnley? I think it's Burnley. Benji, he said, "Fuck it, let's just fire off the show anyway. We'll figure it out as we go," because they did not know what was going on. You want to know what was going on?
What?
Their actual personal stage lights weren't working. The ones that are supposed to show and illuminate the band. Those weren't working.
Oh, so they're set up for a Tool show.
Essentially. So they're playing in total dark, essentially next to total darkness besides their backdrop lights. And then when they do finally get the lights on, one light isn't working. The light that's meant for Ben. the guy who's the lead of the band, his light isn't working, and so he's just playing it out. Then at one point, so from the start of the show, his kid was on stage too, pretending to play a guitar. And you could tell kid had just had enough of it after the first 3 songs. He was getting bored, so he sits down and starts playing the guitar on the fucking ground. Like, this kid has just had enough. He's done. He doesn't want to be here anymore.
It's a stylistic choice.
He puts the guitar down, and he's just sitting there on the stage like this. Like, I don't know why Dad even brings me up here.
Band sucks.
Then at one point, the rhythm guitarist, not his audio, but his guitar cuts out, so now you can only hear Ben's and the bass. I'm like, so if it could go wrong, it did during this stage set.
That sucks, dude. I especially I want to see them live. The opportunity hasn't come up yet, so I'd be kind of bummed to go be like, yeah, I saw Breaking Benjamin. I kind of saw and heard them for most of the set.
And I'm not gonna ever say I had like a bad experience watching insert band here, all because, you know, shit happens. I'm a full grown adult, and I fully understand that shit's gonna happen. And if the opportunity arises, I would absolutely love to. Don't mind me. I would absolutely love to see them again, and hopefully this time it's under the pretenses of it's gonna be a good show.
Yeah,
because I know I've said this. I've clowned on Breaking Benjamin a lot, but at the end of the day, I do respect them because they are a fantastic band, and the few songs that I do listen to are fucking heat. Like, I'll crank out I Will Not Bow right fucking now and lose my mind in this house.
It's a good pick. It's a very good pick.
Yes.
Can't be mad at that.
And then Falling in Reverse comes on. I'm a huge Falling in Reverse fan. I'm a huge Ronnie Radke fan. And they put on a fantastic show. Ronnie finally dropped that goddamn microphone. For those that know that have been to a Falling in Reverse show, he constantly wants to throw that microphone up, and that little bit of intrusive thought kicks in of just drop it. Drop it. Drop it. He finally drops it.
Nice.
I'm like, he's gonna explode now. He's just gonna spontaneously combust. He dropped the microphone. That's it. It's over. It's up. Nope. He just says, "Fuck it, we're starting the song over," and then he did it again.
That's real gangster shit, though. We're doing this till we get it right, everybody. Sit tight.
Front to back, side to side. Try again.
He gets some good air on those. I saw him at Aftershock, and he just sent that motherfucker. It was sailing.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Aftershock, you must be pretty excited. Aftershock's rapidly approaching, is it not?
Yeah, it is. I have 1 or 2 new logistical things I'm going to have to figure out to make the trip happen, but I'll deal with that when I get there. Having seen the lineup, I'm so excited, man. Avenged Sevenfold, Guns N' Roses, Baby Metal, Death Clock, Fire from the Gods. It's going to be an absolute stacked lineup. And I mean, Pantera. It's got Pantera. I think Limp Bizkit's also going to be there.
Dude, I want to see Limp Bizkit so badly. Especially since, like, Fred Durst just turned, like, I want to say 50 or 52.
Ugh.
And apparently one of the things that he said was, like, if you're a hardcore Limp Bizkit fan, you know what today is. Take this day to just get fucked up today.
Oh, man, as soon as I hear that, mouth guards in, 40s down, I'm ready to go.
I'm trying to get down, like, well, I already know the lyrics. I know the song front to back, but I'm trying my best to actually mimic what Fred Durst sounds like, because I want to sing it at karaoke, because I have all these people singing, like, all these lovey-dovey love songs or country music. I'm like, I just kind of want to get a little bit crazy right now.
You mean like King Dirtle singing Disney songs? What? Didn't I send you that video?
Yeah, and it reminded me because I used to sing Disney songs all the time. Not because I wanted to, but I was demanded.
Oh, yeah, because trying to impress a lady.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's every time. Every time a dude singing Disney songs, he's trying to usually walk out with a 5'6" woman.
I can understand that pussy was on the brain.
That I love that shit post on Twitter. They had MF Doom's face and his name. It says, "That's why you'll never be a real villain. You let a little bit of pussy distract you from the main objective."
He's not wrong though. Rest in peace, my
The
Lord.
mad. Oh yeah, the mad villain himself.
So even though it's like we'll be in the middle of fall when that happens. So that's coming in October, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the first week of October.
Okay, so it's 4 days long. Which bands are you looking forward to each day?
Avenged Sevenfold being on opening night. Oh, I don't even know what to do with my hands, Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my fucking hand. I'm gonna put them right. Oh God! Whoa! That bit got out of hand.
Sevenfold on the first night. Damn, that's a punch right then and there.
Oh yeah, so that's gonna sit right there while I hold up. I'm gonna cheat because cool. Of course, Aftershock is saved on my favorite tab. Yeah. Don't judge me. I heard that snicker.
Dude, I was doing that when I was talking about New England Hardcore Fest.
Okay, so day one, Avenged Sevenfold, Incubus, and Pantera are the big headliners.
Jesus Christ.
We also have The Cult, AFI, Pennywise, Senses Fail, 1,000 Below, and there was one more. Oh, Nothing Nowhere. Plus all the other people I don't know, and I'm always excited to go learn something new.
Dude, every emo kid just nutted a little bit as soon as you said AFI. I just want you to know that. God damn it.
I'm so excited to see them. I cannot describe this.
I've seen them once a long time ago. They were opening. Well, no, they weren't opening. They were the closing headliner, and their co-headliner was Hollywood Undead, a fresh, brand new Hollywood Undead.
Oh man, yeah, fresh faced, edgy as fuck.
They had just released Swan Songs, Hollywood Undead.
Oh my god, DJ, you were in the golden era.
Oh yeah, dude. I did not know what to do with myself because I'm like everybody that knows this about me, I still see myself as a silly little scene kid. Okay.
Yeah, no, I see it.
Trust me, so the people at the bar, I still dress like it too. Somebody commented on my pants and my green hair.
Hey, you leave Dennis Rodman alone.
Hell yes. But
check.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, check this out. Day 2 goes absolutely wild. Day 2 has Godsmack, Tool, Limp Bizkit, Megadeth, Coheed Cambria, Skillet, Bad Omens, The Who, Memphis Mayfire, Attila, Converge, Fire from the Gods, Polaris, Gideon, Currents, Varials, Dragged Under, and a bunch of other people I don't know.
Outside of Coheed, that sounds absolutely fucking insane.
My only concern is I think because of the way this is looking, Attila and The Who are going to be playing at the same time. And if that's the case, I'm missing Attila.
I was about to say, when it comes to that one, it's miss good music or miss good mosh pits, because that's one thing I'll give Attila is their mosh pits are fucking crazy.
At a 4-day festival, I don't mind missing a mosh pit, because especially since the next day is Korn and 311. Well, 311 is not going to be wild, but Korn is. I've been in those pits.
Same.
I've been hurt there.
Same.
And that day's dude, it escalates so much because Korn has Corey Taylor, Parkway Drive, Baby Metal, Polyphia, Death Clock, Avatar, The Fever 333, Amity Affliction, Escape the Fate, Fame on Fire, and there was one more, Traitors.
Ooh, Fame on Fire. I love listening to their covers, I'm not gonna lie.
Right. And then Sunday's gonna be mostly chill. Sunday's got Queens of the Stone Age, Guns N' Roses, Rancid, I Prevail, Dance Gavin Dance, Daughtry, Billy Talent, Mayday Parade, Suicide Silence, Movements, And then there was one more that was kind of Wargasm,
Ooh, Wargasm. Okay.
right?
Yeah, Sunday
That's
that
gonna
one seems like the
be
chill day. Nothing against Guns N'
that's
Roses, but
no, but Guns N' Roses is no corn show.
no. This
I've
might
been
be a wee bit of a hot take, but when it comes to like Guns N' Roses shows, and I get that they're still one of the most iconic bands in the history of hair metal and in rock music in general, but they never seemed appealing to me to see them live. Like I never thought to myself, God, I would love to see Guns N' Roses.
because it is a very sit down and enjoy the show kind of setting. It's not high energy. It's gonna blow your tits off. It's hey everyone, we're Guns N' Roses. Wow! It's the whole
Everybody
show,
sing
and it's
along
like,
to "Sweet Child of Mine."
right? Everyone, we used to put Axel on a zip line. We can't do that anymore. They don't make cables that strong.
Because he's fat again. Yes,
I didn't say that, but yes,
I did.
it's a great show. It's fun, but it's very chill. Enjoy the environment. Whereas we're used to things like, all right, Sacramento, split this venue, and you're just in the middle of this wide ass field at Aftershock, where Lamb of God has basically just recreated the scene from Braveheart.
Which, as a avid Lamb of God fan, when Randy Blythe says "split that shit," you best be splitting that shit.
Yeah.
Because one of two songs is coming up: Black Label, and I don't know the other one.
For that one, it was Redneck.
Oh wow, he does it to Redneck. It was either the times that I've seen him do Walls of Death that I've been a part of. It was either Black Label or Now You've Got Something to Die For.
Yeah, I know that. I've seen that one. I've been a part of that one. Redneck's a classic. It's like one of the ones that blew him up and put him on the map. And man, does it go hard!
Certified hood classic.
Oh, for sure.
But we're getting on a wee bit of a tangent of rock music once again. Do apologize. It's just that's what the summer consisted of. It was a lot of music intake. So bear with us. This is still a little bit of a rock talk, but it's also still a tavern talk. You are completely frozen, sir. There we go. I was about to have a panic attack. But
Sorry.
So then because we don't need to close out. We still got some time, but going back to summer stuff, summer activities outside of going to concerts. We discussed that enough. What were some of the things that you and your brother, you and your family would get up to? Like, what's some festivities and activities that you guys would do that you would like look forward to?
Summer. We get into a lot, honestly. In the last couple of years, we haven't done a lot, obviously, because the whole world shut down for a couple years. So
kind of stay inside.
Yeah, pretty much. We were in the dark times, as it were. But normally summer is the time where I would go to cons because you have cherry blossom festivals in our area. You have SAC Anime, obviously. You have Fanime. You have Crunchyroll Expo, which my friends went and didn't invite me. So got to have a conversation about that in the near future.
You bastards.
Oh yeah, literally text me. I didn't know you were into VTubers. We went to a Hollow meetup. I'm like, you're at Maury's concert and you didn't. Joseph.
You're
Anyways.
lucky I can't drop a spirit bomb on you right now.
Right. Yes. Conventions are normally a thing I do, and it's funny because my family does get involved. My brother goes. My parents go. If there's a Comic-Con, my parents will just go without us because they're into that kind of shit. They actually snuck into Comic-Con, spent the full day in there, and then met the cast of Epic Inc. For anybody who knows, Chris 51, the tattoo artist, he ran a TV show. He's friends with these insanely talented artists all over the world. My parents made friends with him to the point where At their panel that night, the cast and crew name dropped my parents. They're like, "Oh, you're blank and blank's kids," and everyone in that fucking crowd froze. And I'm like, how does this happen? They didn't even have a legit ticket. They said, "Excuse me, my son forgot his inhaler. Can we go give it to him?" And the security's like, "Oh, you're a good parent. Go ahead." And then they just never left.
When you can scheme the staff, the more the merrier.
That kid hasn't needed his inhaler for fucking 10 years.
That is amazing.
Oh yeah. So cons are a big thing I do in the summer. AX. Oh my god, how did I forget about AX? The goal is to do AX with NoSkill someday. I want that to be a thing. I'm not saying I want to be invited. I'm not saying I want the clout of being content creators at this con. I want to go to AX because there's huge industry events, huge giveaways, legendary cosplayers, after dark parties that would be crazy fun for people like us.
Oh yeah, 100%.
What was the other stupid crazy thing that oh yeah, Shaq was the DJ this year.
DJ Diesel.
Yeah, and he killed it, bro. Initial D, Slam Dunk, and then Kingdom Hearts OSTs all matched up. Whew, goosebumps. Absolute goosebumps.
At everything, it's crazy.
He's good at what he does, and when you have this talent, you have to find outlets for it. Otherwise, you go crazy and start peeing in jars.
100%.
So cons are usually my go-to. I really want to do that one with you. I feel like we can get up some bullshit.
Yeah, I'm getting one step closer. Like once I move back to the West Coast, that can definitely be a viable option, and it hopefully happens sooner rather than later. But it's happening.
Oh, since you're gonna be close, we should do the Reno Comic Con. That one's actually a lot of fun.
That would be dope. Shoot down for a weekend.
You know that underground club down there, and I mean that physically, it's a big like lot that they built a dance club under.
No.
Okay, so that might have been after your time while you were there.
Probably.
It's like they market it as like very cyberpunk almost, to where it's built under like a busy street and there's lights and music, and they usually do dark light events.
Oh,
Comic-Con rents that out for their after hours party.
Dope. See, that sounds fucking awesome.
I think we could have some fun in that.
Oh yeah. Like the only thing that I really have coming up currently, my roommate's still trying to convince me, and I'm slowly coming around to the idea. It's this thing called a foam glow party, where I don't know why we have to do this first, but we have to walk a 3K.
Yeah.
Trudging through pits of literal foam and bubbles. And then when you get to the end of it, there's food, there's live music, there's a DJ, and everybody's just dancing. At some point, you can fuck off and go to the live band, which is some form of hard rock / punk band, and you can actually have a mosh pit and all this other shit. I'm like, that sounds kind of nutty, but why do we have to walk through foam first?
They're usually legit charity events for the most part.
Yeah.
And I don't like foam glows because it just makes a big mud pit and you kind of get wet for like 10 seconds. They're not fun. If your friend wants to do stuff like that, look for an event called Night Nation. It is the 5K, but you can do a 2.5 if you want to. It's accessible. They give you a point where you can turn off and go do the party early. What they usually do is they'll get a baseball stadium or a zoo. Speakers everywhere. Yeah, they've done zoos in the past.
All right.
And they'll set up the course through this venue with DJ booths where you can stop, take pictures, grab water. There'll be speakers and lights set up all over the place. They'll do themes like the electric tunnel or like the Star Alley, and they'll have big blackout walls with lights twinkling all over it. And then at the end, they'll just have a big rave with food, music, and drinks where everyone can hang out. And it is a charity event. Like, they collect very minimal overhead to pay for everything, and then the rest of it goes to cancer research.
Right, they collect what's needed to cover costs, and then afterwards the rest goes to where it needs to be.
Pretty much.
That sounds dope. I like that. I like doing.
Check them out.
I like doing events like that.
There's some footage of that on the channel, but there's more on the TikTok. I did longer videos for the TikTok
Yeah.
because there was a lot of copyrighted music on there.
Which you should absolutely check out, please. But
Oh yeah, dude, that Better Off Alone and Old Town Road hype remix. Whew.
oh yeah. So then, because we're gonna be closing out here soon, very briefly, I just want to take this chance opportunity to talk about what's something that we're both looking forward to going into summer ending, even if it's like at the top of fall. What's something that you're looking forward to doing before it gets too cold to do anything?
Less than 1 week from recording, I have SAC Anime, so I'm very excited to go do that with the boys. First time we've been out to like a legit con in a while. I want to do another video. We'll see if our time schedule lines up. We've been invited to a maid meetup. Don't know why or how we got that invite, but we're gonna go check it out and see what happens.
Maybe they'll have another Far Cry VR simulator.
We could. Other than that, I'm about tapped out of summer. Oh yeah. The only other thing I wanted to do, for anyone who's seen Fast and the Furious, Race Wars just passed, and it lined up on a day where I couldn't get out of town to go make it because it was quite a drive. That is the old school underground car mecca. Crazy cars, makes and models of all varieties as far as the eye can see. Drag racing, DJs, drift competitions, everything you could think of that goes along with like a Fast and the Furious movie, with the exception of robbing a bank, is there. It's so much fun, dude. It's wild.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, 1 second. Dude, I'm just happy that conventions are just back in general. I'm still pissed off that I missed Anime Boston this year because speaking of when you said something about Hollow Live, so some of the Hollow girls were there doing Q&As, doing shows. Like I know Fauna was there, Kobo was there.
Oh, Kobo.
And speaking of Hollow Live, real quick tangent, did you see that that Hime and Mel put out a song?
I did not actually. No, I was looking at the fact that they released a short video today called New Debut.
New debut for who?
It was Henya writing a letter to somebody, and then it had all the silhouettes as of the hollow characters, and then her handing the letter off to somebody.
I wonder if it was her handing a letter off to Pika, or that girl who doesn't exist. But so then the only other Christ alive. So then the only other things that I'm really looking forward to before summer ends is I have like 2 more shows to go to. I have that New England Hardcore Fest that I told you guys about, and then I just got tickets to go see Memphis Mayfire.
Nice.
Yeah, they're performing at the bar that Slaughter Prevail performed at. So hopefully this is a lot more tame than a Slaughter show.
Probably. I don't think Memphis Mayfire is going to get anywhere close.
No, they're not gonna get like what we had with Alex Terrible saying split this shit 7 different times.
So fun.
I'm pretty sure the lead singer isn't gonna hit himself with his microphone until bleeding. Alex is just, hi, how are you? Alex is just built different, but that's what we love about him, is the fact that he's built different. One of my favorite things is that little clip that I uploaded of him singing the SpongeBob SquarePants intro.
Don't even start with me right now. I'm in no mood for that nonsense.
I dug it. But on that note, it is time for us to close out. It is about that time. It is outro time. We made it. Don't mind that voice break. Shut your mouth. Or that one.
Voice cracked twice.
God damn it. Puberty is great. But no, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to the end of another episode of the Tavern Talk. It's been so much fun. I know we kind of went on a little bit of a rock tangent, but you got to remember that this man's a jackass for ruining my kitchen. But You launched me out of my fucking chair.
I launched me out of my chair too. I think someone's telling us it's time to cut.
Yep. 1 second. Hold on. There's so much shit on the ground. I can't get back into my chair. It's seen as a solid object. All right, we're gonna stand for the remainder of this. But yeah, so this is the end of the Tavern Talk. And I had a lot of fun. Again, I do apologize if we kind of went on a tangent about rock music once again. Okay, so this stuff was seen as a solid object, so it's actually moving me and putting me on top of it. Because we do love rock music, and that's kind of a brunt of what we all experienced this past summer was a festivity of music. So bear with us. But let me know down below, like, what are some of the things you got into this summer? Maybe you guys went to some concerts. Maybe you went camping. Maybe you just stayed inside and grinded Baldur's Gate. Maybe you did that. Tell me down below. I want to know, what'd you do for fun this summer? But on this note, we're going to go around the table and get some final closing thoughts and statements from us, starting with you, Mikey.
Oh, is it my turn already?
Yes.
I'm on the table again.
Yes.
I'm higher. Okay, there we go. Closing statement of summer stories. What could I possibly say other than have fun, stay positive, take the opportunities, enjoy the fact that we are able to be out and about and doing crazy stuff, because rumor has it there's another lockdown order coming when it's cold and flu season, and I really don't want to go through that shit again. So enjoy it while you can, because you never know when it may all go away.
How dare you put that evil on me? I swear to God. But yeah, so then closing notes and statements for me. Like you said, just have fun, live in the moment, seize the opportunity. Don't get yourself hurt though. Like, don't do what I've done. And you guys saw the podcast where I was leaping over bonfires and it looked like I went up in flames. So just stay safe out there. Mind your manners, mind your P's and Q's, but don't forget to have fun and to live. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning into this episode. And we will... Wow, words. Let me try that again. Part 2. And action. Thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into this episode of the Tavern Talk. And we will see you guys in the next one. Well, bye now.